Today's class we will discuss about Z transform. It is a part of third module. So third module has two parts. First one is Fourier transform. Second part is Z transform. You should not read it as Z transform. It is Z transform. When I teach the module Laplace transform, I will explain about the definition of Z transform. It is a particular case of Laplace transform. All the transforms, all the three transforms, Laplace transform, Fourier transform, Z transforms are interrelated. So when I take up Laplace transform, I will explain how we are getting the definition of Z transform, and I will also explain how we are getting the definition of Fourier transform. So as of now, you just learn the definition. You by heart this definition. I will tell the derivation. I will share the derivation when I do the module Laplace transform. So if Un is the nth term, Z transform of Un is defined as Z of Un equals summation Un Z bar minus n. So Z transform is for the nth term. The transform of nth term is defined as summation Un Z bar minus n. So Z of Un is means Z transform. We have three notations. I have told you every transform has two notations. Here you have the notation with respect to nth term Un. Another notation is with respect to the kernel Z. Here Z bar minus n is a kernel. So Z of Un or U bar of Z, in some textbooks it is written U of Z. So this is a definition of transform of Un. So before getting into the transform of standard functions, you should remember these standard series. 1 minus x whole inverse is 1 plus x square plus x cube plus etc. equals summation x bar n, where n equals 0 to infinity. 1 plus x whole inverse is 1 minus x square minus x cube plus etc. equals, replace x by minus x, so minus 1 whole power n into x power n. 1 minus x the whole power minus 2 is 1 plus 2x plus 3x square plus 4x cube plus etc., which is same as n plus 1 x power n. 1 plus x the whole power minus 2. If the signs are opposite, you will have the terms to be alternately positive and negative. 1 minus 2x plus 3x square minus 4x cube plus etc., which is same as summation n plus 1 minus 1 whole power n x power n. So remember this formula you will be using in problems and properties. If you should know you should remember all the three. You should know to get one from the other. If you have summation x power n, you should know to write these two. If you have 1 minus x whole inverse, you should know to write the other two. So you should know to get the series from summation and summation from series. Now we will get into Z transform of some standard functions. So the first one is a bar n. So I told you Z transform is always for the nth term. So Un is a bar n. So start with the definition. Z of Un is summation Un Z bar minus n, where n varies from 0 to infinity. If Un is replaced by a bar n, summation a bar n Z bar minus n, where n varies from 0 to infinity, which is same as summation a bar n by Z bar n, or summation a by Z the whole bar n, where n varies from 0 to infinity. So you have a by Z the whole power n. Expand the summation. If n is 0, 1. If n is 1, a by Z. If n is 2, a by Z the whole square. If n is 3, a by Z the whole cube plus etc. So it is of the form 1 plus x square plus x cube plus etc. That is 1 minus a by Z the whole inverse. So 1 plus x square plus x cube is same as 1 minus x the whole inverse, or 1 minus a by Z the whole inverse, or z minus a by Z the whole inverse. So z minus a by Z the whole inverse is same as Z by Z minus a. So the transform of a power n is Z by Z minus a. Now if you replace a by minus a, the transform of minus a whole power n is same as z by z plus a. If you replace a by minus a, the transform of minus a whole power n is same as z by z plus a. Then if you have z of 1, that is z of 1 is same as 1 power n or z by z minus 1. Now z of minus 1 whole power n, in place of 1 if you have minus 1, it is same as z by z plus 1. Then the third one, the next one, transforms of e power an and e power minus an. So we know the transform of a power n. What is the transform of a power n? Z by z minus a. So in place of a, if you have e power a is replaced by e power a. So z of e power an is same as z of e power a the whole power n. So in place you just have to replace this a by e power a. So z by z minus e power a. Similarly, if you replace a by e power minus a, e power a and e power minus a are constants. So z of e power minus an or z of e power minus a the whole power n is same as z by z minus e power minus a. So so you should remember this, z of a power n is z by z minus a. So you remember the proof of this. If you are asked to write the proof of minus a whole power n or 1 power n or minus 1 whole power n or e power a n or e power minus a n, you write the proof of first one. In the last step you replace a by minus a if you have to get minus a the whole power n, a by e power a if you have to get z of e power a n, a by e power minus a if you have to get the transform of e power minus a n. So remember the proof of first one, you can answer for the rest. If you should remember the proof of first one, you can answer for 2 to 5 just by replacing the constant a by minus a here, 1 here, minus 1 here, e power a here, e power minus a. The proof is same. In the last step you should do the replacement and write the transform. Now we will come to z of minus e power a n. So in place of e power a you have minus e power a. So it is same as z by z plus e power a. And here also in place of e power minus a you have minus e power minus a. So z by z plus e power minus a. Now we will see the transforms of cos h n theta and sin h n theta. What is cos h theta? E power theta plus e power minus theta by 2. Sin h theta, e power theta minus e power minus theta by 2. Now if you replace theta by n theta, e power n theta plus e power minus n theta by 2. This theta if you replace by n theta, sin h of n theta is e power n theta minus e power minus n theta by 2. So we have the formula for cos h n theta, sin h n theta. So z of cos h n theta is same as z of half of e power n theta plus e power minus n theta. Take half out, split into 2, z of e power n theta plus z of e power minus n theta. That is z by z minus e power. What is z of e power n theta? What is z of e power n theta? In place of a you have theta. So z by z minus e power theta. What is z of e power minus n theta? In place of a you have theta. So z by z minus e power minus theta. Then in both the terms z is common in the numerator. So z by 2. Then take the LCM. Z minus e power minus theta here plus z minus e power theta here by z minus e power theta into z minus e power minus theta. So it is 2z minus of e power theta plus e power minus theta. So 2z minus, what is e power theta plus e power minus theta? It is same as 2 cos h theta. So 2z minus 2 cos h theta by z square minus z into, z is common in these two terms, z times e power theta plus e power minus theta plus 1. So we are replacing e power theta plus e power minus theta by 2 cos h theta. So 2z minus 2 cos h theta by z square minus z into what is this term, 2 cos h theta. E power theta into e power minus theta is e power 0, which is same as 1. So 2 gets cancelled. So the transform of cos h n theta is z into z minus cos h theta by z square minus 2z cos h theta plus 1. I repeat, write the formula for cos h n theta. So z of cos h n theta is same as z of half of e power n theta plus e power minus n theta. Take half out. Z of e power n theta is same as z of e power a n. Z of e power minus n theta is same as z of e power minus a n. So in place of e power a, you have e power theta. That's what you have here. And in place of e power minus a, you have e power minus theta. We have taken z out, and then we have taken the LCM. In numerator, z plus z is 2z. Exponential terms are grouped. This term is 2 cos h theta. Similarly, in the denominator, z square minus z into 2 cos h theta plus 1. So remember the transform of cos h n theta. Similarly, transform of sin h n theta, you have to follow the same steps. In place of plus you have minus. In place of plus you have minus. So if you follow the same steps, if you do the same process, you will get z sin h theta by z square minus 2z cos h theta plus 1. Next we will see the transform of cos n theta and sin n theta. It is similar to what you did for cos h n theta and sin h n theta. So remember, e power I theta plus e power minus I theta is 2 cos theta. E power I theta minus e power minus I theta is 2i sin theta. So what is cos theta? Half of e power I theta plus e power minus I theta. What is sin theta? 1 by 2i of e power I theta minus e power minus I theta. So if you replace theta by n theta, half of e power I n theta plus e power minus I n theta, and here 1 by 2i of e power I n theta minus e power minus I n theta. So what is z of cos n? Now if you, in place of theta, if you have n theta, z of cos n theta is z of half of e power I n theta plus e power minus I n theta. Take half out. Z of e power I n theta plus z of e power minus I n theta. So this is same as e power I theta the whole power n, and this is same as e power minus I theta the whole power n. So it is of the form e power a n, and this is of the form e power minus a the whole power n. Z of e power I theta the whole power n is same as e power a n, and this is same as e power minus a n. So in place of a you have I theta. So what is z of a power n? Z by z minus e power a. What is z of e power a n? Z by z minus e power a. So z by z minus e power I theta. What is z of e power minus a n? Z by z minus e power minus a. That is z by z minus e power minus I theta. So as you did for the previous one, take z out. So z by 2 of 1 by z minus e power I theta plus 1 by z minus e power minus I theta. So take the LCM. Z minus e power minus I theta plus z minus e power I theta. So it is 2z minus of e power I theta plus e power minus I theta. So 2 gets cancelled. Z into z plus z is 2z. Minus, you group the exponential terms, e power I theta plus e power minus I theta, which is same as 2 cos theta. Denominator, z square minus z into e power I theta minus z into e power minus I theta plus e power I theta into e power minus I theta. So z into z minus cos theta by z square minus z into e power I theta plus e power minus I theta plus 1. So 2 gets cancelled. So you are left with this term. So transform of cos n theta is z times z minus cos theta by z square minus 2z cos theta plus 1. Similarly, if you start with sine and theta, if you take the transform of sine and theta, in place of plus if you have minus, and in place of 2 if you have 2i, you will get the, if you follow the same procedure, you will get the transform of sine and theta as z sine theta by z square minus 2z cos theta plus 1. So just replace plus by minus and denominator 2 by 2i, you will get this answer. Now z of cos n pi by 2, if theta is pi by 2, you know that cos pi by 2 is 0, so you will get z square by z square plus 1. Z of sin n pi by 2, sin pi by 2 is 1, so z cos pi by 2 is 0, so z by z square plus 1. So remember these two formulas. Now we will look into the transform of n power p. Now start with the definition. Z of un is summation un z power minus n. In place of un you have n power p. So summation n power p z power minus n. So now to get the transform of n power p, we use the transform of n power p minus 1. So in place of n power p, if I replace n power p by n power p minus 1, I will get summation n power p minus 1 z power minus n. So I have the transform of n power p minus 1. I repeat, I am going to get the transform of n power p using the transform of n power p minus 1. So I am differentiating both sides with respect to z. So d by dz of z of n power p minus 1. Right side, if you differentiate with respect to z, what is the derivative of z power minus n z power minus n minus 1. So take minus out. N power p minus 1 into n is n power p, z power minus n into z inverse. So minus z inverse summation n power p z power minus n. So this summation is same as the transform of n power p. So d by dz of z of n power p minus 1 is same as summation n power p minus 1 minus n z power minus n minus 1, that is a derivative of z power minus n, minus I have taken it out, n power p minus 1 into n is n power p, z power minus 1 is my z power minus n, minus z inverse is taken out, summation n power p z power minus n. This summation is same as a transform of n power p. So I have the d by dz of transform of n power p minus 1 as minus z inverse the transform of n power p, or the transform of n power p is same as minus z d by dz of transform of n power p minus 1. So remember, the transform of n power p is same as minus z d by dz of transform of n power p minus 1. So take this as 1. So this is the recurrence relation. So if you have to get the transform of n power p, you have to get from n power p minus 1. So if you have to get the transform of n power p, you should get from by differentiating the transform of n power p minus 1. Now what is z of 1? We have seen this in the standard function. Z of 1 is same as z by z minus 1. Now if I take p as 1, z of n minus z d by dz of z of n power 0. What is n power 0? 1. So minus z d by dz of z of 1. What is z of 1? Z by z minus 1. I repeat, p equals 1. So z of n minus z d by dz of z of n power 0. Z of n power 0 is z of 1. What is z of 1? Z by z minus 1. So minus z d by dz of z by z minus 1. If you do quotient rule, you will get the transform of n as z by z minus 1 the whole square. Similarly, if you take p as 2, z of n square is minus z d by dz of z of n. If you take p as 2, z of n square, minus n d by dz of z of n power 2 minus 1, that is z of n. What is z of n? Z by z minus 1 whole square. So minus z d by dz of z by z minus 1 whole square. So this, if you differentiate the bracket term by quotient rule and then simplify, you will get it as z into z plus 1 by z minus 1 whole cube. What is the derivative of numerator? 1. So 1 into z minus 1 whole square. What is the derivative of denominator? 2 times z minus 1 into the numerator z, and then 1 z minus 1, if you take it outside, that will get cancelled with the denominator. So you will get z into z plus 1 by z minus 1 whole cube. So the transform of n square is z into z plus 1 by z minus 1 whole cube. Similarly, if you take p as 3 in this, you will get the transform of n cube. So z of n cube is minus z d by dz of z of n square. Z of n power 4 is same as minus z d by dz of z of n cube. So I have done for p equals 1 and 2. You can try for p equals 3 and 4 in this recurrence relation. The method is same. I'll give it as assignment.